Cars, gilded airplanes, palaces bigger than entire cities. This isn't a scene from a sci-fi movie. It's the real life of Arab kings whose wealth defies imagination. And for these monarchs, this is only the beginning. The level of luxury they live in can shock even the most seasoned billionaires. And the last king on our list will truly leave you speechless. In this video, we'll explore the 10 richest Arab monarchs on Earth. Their palaces, supercar collections, private jets, gilded yachts, and hidden billions. Get ready to witness a world that ordinary people are never allowed to enter. Sultan Hussein Al-Bolkiah, the king who lives in gold. Net worth, $30 billion. Think you've seen luxury? Then you haven't been to Brunei. Sultan Hussein Al-Bolkiah isn't just a monarch. He's the living embodiment of limitless wealth. 7,000 supercars. A fleet of dreams. His car collection is the largest in the world. Over 7,000 cars, including Lamborghini Veneno. Only 3 exist on the planet. Bugatti Veyron Linea Vincero d'Oro, the rarest edition ever made. One-of-a-kind Ferraris, Mercedes, and McLarens, all customized to his taste. The total value of his car fleet exceeds $2 billion. He could drive a different car every day for 19 years to without repeating a single one. A gold-plated Boeing 747 worth $133 million. Ordinary billionaires buy private jets. The Sultan goes further. He buys a $100 million Boeing 747 and completely rebuilds it from the inside out. He decorates the interior with gold, from sinks and showers to toilets. It's now a flying palace, gleaming at 30,000 feet. The largest residential palace in the world, Istana Nurul Iman, his official residence. Size, 2.15 million square feet, over 1,700 rooms, 257 bathrooms, 5 swimming pools, and stables for 200 horses. Even his private mosque fits 1,500 worshippers. The cost of this palace? Impossible to calculate. It's not just a home. It's a monument to monarchy and absolute power. Real estate across the globe. For a sultan, even a palace is just the beginning. He owns a $400 million luxury hotel in London, a $110 million chateau in France, and a $30 million mansion in Beverly Hills. He doesn't just live in luxury. He exports it worldwide. Unreachable luxury as a lifestyle. Just one fact says it all. He spends $20,000 on haircuts, flying in his personal barber from London by private jet. For Sultan Hussein Al-Bolkiah, luxury isn't a phase. It's a way of life. He doesn't chase wealth. He defines it. And he's only number 10. It's about to get even crazier from here. King Salman, the Lord of Oil and Gold. Family fortune, $2 trillion. Personal fortune, $20 billion. If the Sultan of Brunei is a symbol of luxury, King Salman is the embodiment of absolute power, wrapped in gold. He's not just rich. He controls a fortune equal to the budget of an entire planet. The Al Saud family controls vast oil reserves, generating billions of dollars every single day. The family's total fortune is officially estimated at $2 trillion, and that's just what's on record. This isn't just wealth. It's an oil empire that dominates the global energy market. King Salman's main residence? The Riyadh Palace. Size? 4.9 million square feet, larger than many cities. Inside, a private hospital, movie theater, mosques, gyms, royal gardens, and helipads. Just rebuilding the palace from scratch would cost over $500 million. It's not just a palace. It's a self-contained state inside the capital. Apparently, in the Arab world, 7,000 is the magic number. King Salman also owns 7,000 cars, from Rolls-Royce Phantoms to ultra-rare Mercedes and Bugattis. Maybach S600, $4.8 million. Custom Bugatti. Veyron, $3.4 million. Gold-plated Rolls-Royce Phantom, $2.5 million, right? Because if it's not gold, it's not royal. While regular billionaires fly first class, King Salman has an entire fleet of planes. His main jet? a Boeing 747 with a gold-covered interior. Cost over $500 million. Inside, a flying throne room. Upon landing, a golden staircase crafted exclusively for the king. And on the water, the story continues. The legendary Prince Abdullah's yacht. Price tag, $100 million. Size as big as a football field. Inside, reception halls, royal bedrooms, jacuzzis, lounges, even a nautical throne room. But such unimaginable wealth brings not only strength, but vulnerability. That's why his son, Prince Mohammed bin Salman, is known for his iron fist and ruthless protection of the family legacy. In a world where billionaires own villas and jets, King Salman owns cities, air parks, and palaces dripping in gold. This isn't just luxury. It's a legacy forged in oil and framed in gold. And what's next will blow your mind. Coming up. Number 8. One of the most powerful men on earth. Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed, the oil emperor and the king of influence. Net worth, over $30 billion. Power level, one of the most powerful men on the planet. When we talk about wealth and influence, Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed, or MBZ, isn't just a ruler. He's a global force who controls not only oil, but the geopolitical pulse of the Middle East. After his brother's passing, he took over the richest Emirati state, Abu Dhabi. Since then, his fortune skyrocketed from $3 billion to over $30 billion, and his influence has expanded far beyond the UAE. He's more than a monarch. He's the oil architect of an entire region. Emirates Palace, a residence worthy of an emperor. Price tag, $3 billion. A stunning architectural masterpiece blending ancient Arab tradition with modern power. Marble everywhere. Gold. Chandeliers with over 100,000 crystals. Art collections on par with world museums. Every room looks like a throne room. He owns ultra-luxury properties in the most elite corners of the world. A $45 million mansion in Beverly Hills, private estates across Europe and Asia, and secret desert retreats far from cameras and curious eyes. The Sheikh is obsessed with the rarest, fastest cars on Earth. Bugatti Veyron, $2.5 million. Lycan Hypersport, $3.4 million. The Arabian supercar with diamond-encrusted headlights. Lamborghini Veneno, $3 million. Only a handful in existence. Bugatti La Voiture Noire, $18.7 million. The most expensive car on the planet. And it belongs to him. His yacht? The legendary Azam, a floating fortress. Length, 180 meters. Cost $600 million. The fastest super yacht in the world. Inside, a luxurious floating palace. Halls, elevators, swimming pools, even a private helicopter hangar. And that's not all. Sheikh Mohammed is also a patron of art and culture. His personal collection is worth over $100 million. Masterpieces decorate his palaces, yachts, and private offices, from classical to bold Arab avant-garde. Sheikh Mohammed is far more than a wealthy ruler. He's a visionary, building a future where oil transforms into cities, technology, and greatness. He doesn't just live in luxury, he wields it as a weapon of global influence. Next up, an equally powerful and eccentric ruler, whose wedding cost more than an NFL stadium. Get ready for number 7, the King of Dubai, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the ruler of Dubai. But in truth, he's more than that. He's the creator of a new civilization in the heart of the desert. His personal fortune is estimated at $5 billion. But money isn't his greatest power. This man built an empire that once only existed in dreams. His palace isn't just a home, it's a masterpiece. Al-Baraka Palace is like a tale from 1001 Nights, rewritten in the language of modern Arabian luxury. Spanning over 100,000 square feet with ivory interiors, gilded columns, and hand-decorated walls inspired by the finest traditions of Islamic architecture. Every detail, crafted not just for life, but for legend. But he doesn't live in just one palace. The Sheikh lives everywhere. His real estate portfolio is almost mythical in scale. 63,000 acres in Scotland, more land than even the British Crown owns. A $45 million mansion in Dallas, complete with a helipad and underground garage. And of course, a penthouse in Monaco, among the most expensive in the world, $323 million. With views over the Azure coast, a private marble elevator and leafy silence high above the clouds. Cars? Not just a collection, a museum of speed. The Sheikh is one of the Middle East's most legendary car enthusiasts. In his garage, Bugatti Veyron, $4 million, a black mirror of speed. Lamborghini Reventon, $2.5 million, inspired by fighter jet design. Ferrari Enzo, Mercedes McLaren SLR, LaFerrari, Koenigsegg, and dozens more. And of course, a fleet of Rolls-Royce and Bentley, each custom-built just for him. These cars don't just drive. They roll out like an army of metal in a royal power parade. And on the water, the Dubai yacht, $350 million of floating power. It's not just a boat. It's a private resort, a sovereign state, a throne on the waves, on board, swimming pools, gyms, a movie theater, vertical gardens, even a helicopter hangar. But the crown jewel? His wedding. The most expensive in recorded history. $200 million. The government had to build an entire stadium just to host it. $200 million went to architecture alone. The rest? For diamonds, gold, live performances, and a royal feast for over 1,000 guests. This wasn't a celebration. It was a global display of power. But more than anything, he's not just spending billions. He's building a legacy. Under his leadership, Dubai became the megacity of the future. Artificial islands emerged from the sea. The tallest skyscraper in the world, Burj Khalifa, pierced the sky. Cities with indoor climates were born in the desert. He didn't just inherit luxury. That was only number 7. Now get ready. Up ahead is one of the most mysterious billionaires on the planet, a man who controls oil, banks, and land, all without a crown on his head. 6th place. The game is getting serious, a name almost no one knows. Yet he controls entire industries, countries, and billions of dollars. This is Mohammed Hussein Al-Amoudi, the Middle East's most enigmatic billionaire, and the richest man in Ethiopia. Net worth, $11 billion. But don't be fooled by the numbers. He has no throne, no palace with golden columns. But there's more power here than meets the eye, built through business, resources, and land. He plays in the shadows, and wins. Mohammed Al-Amoudi isn't a king, but he controls oil, gold, banks, and agriculture across multiple nations. He invests in Saudi Arabia, Sweden, Ethiopia, and the UK. Dozens of companies, millions of acres, and over $1 billion in profit every single year. A year, Carl. And of course, he lives accordingly. Lavish mansions in Geneva, central Riyadh, and on the Red Sea coast. Villas hidden in lush gardens, surrounded by guards, where even the walls whisper, "It's very expensive here." Real estate in Saudi Arabia alone. Over $3 billion, not a renter, not just an investor. He owns the land beneath the buildings, and the garage, a dreamland for car enthusiasts. Mohammed is a supercar addict, and he spends tens of millions fueling his obsession. Ferrari LaFerrari, $2 million. Bugatti Chiron, $3 million. Gold-plated Rolls-Royce Phantom, finished with handcrafted leather and rare wood trim. Several ultra-exclusive models, customized just for him, and never to be shown at any car show. He's not a collector. He builds garages like museums of speed and status. But more than luxury, it's the scale of his empire that stuns. He owns oil and gas companies, gold mines, agricultural giants, banks, investment funds, construction firms in dozens of countries. He doesn't build palaces. He builds economies, and he controls everything a nation needs to survive. That's real power, not in a crown, but in contracts. The sheikhs might shine in gold, but Al-Amoudi, He can buy the land beneath their palaces, a king without a throne, ruling not from a balcony, but from an office window overlooking billions. Next on the list, a prince who literally covers his supercars in gold. Too rich? Definitely. Too flashy? Maybe. But that hasn't stopped him from building the world's most golden car collection. Moving on to number 5. And here he is, the man who literally turned luxury into gold. Prince Turki bin Abdullah Al Saud, royal blood in his veins, and pure gold in his fuel lines. His car collection is worth $22 million, but it's not about the price. It's about the shine. Because his entire fleet is covered in one thing, real gold. A garage that doesn't just gleam, it blinds. Other billionaires own supercars. He owns a golden supercar, Bugatti Veyron, wrapped in 18-karat gold. Official price $1 million, but it looks like $1 billion. Rolls-Royce Phantom Coupe, fully gold-plated $4 million, with handcrafted leather, exotic woods, and real gems in the panels. Lamborghini Aventador Super Veloce, not a car, a golden rocket on wheels, $1.2 million. And these aren't just for show. He drives them, on actual streets, in London. Yeah, you heard that right. He once parked his golden Bugatti on the most expensive street in the city, and got a $110 ticket for excessive luxury parking. But let's be honest, to him that's just tipping the city. Prince Turki isn't just a rich guy with flashy toys. He's a brand, a living status symbol for an entire generation of Arab youth. When he shows up in London, it causes gridlock, tourist stampedes, and viral chaos on social media. His style? I'm not just rich. I shine so bright the sun gets jealous. And for him, it's all just fun. He's part of one of the most powerful families on Earth. And he can literally afford anything. Want a gold car? Make it. Want to fly in a helicopter with your logo in diamonds? Why not? Prince Turki is luxury taken to its final form. Think that's too much? Just wait. In 4th place, a ruler who built a palace made of 15 buildings, all covered in gold. His name is Hamad bin Khalifa, and he's the former king of Qatar. Sheikh Hamad bin Khalifa Al Thani is the former emir of Qatar, and the man who decided, if I have oil in billions, why not live like in paradise? His fortune is $2.1 billion. But as you've already realized, with Arab monarchs, that's just the tip of the golden iceberg. The palace in Doha is like a crystal that fell from heaven. It's not just a house. It's a royal mega-complex worth over $1 billion. 15 separate buildings connected by underground galleries. Inside, gold in every element. In chandeliers, on ceilings, on door handles. Each room is like a hall in a museum. The bathroom. A bathtub made of solid marble. Stairs of pure bronze inlaid with gold. The ceilings are hand-painted, as in the most luxurious palaces in Europe. This is not architecture. It's an ornamental symphony of power and taste. But the best part is his second residence. And you won't find it on Google Maps. Why not? Because it's secret. On the coast of Oman, away from the public eye, he's built another palace, completed in 2019. The style is white and gold minimalism, with an Arabic twist. Huge terraces overlooking the sea. Inside, private spa areas, courtyards with fountains, and, rumor has it, a library of rare manuscripts guarded by the Secret Service. A fleet of cars? Of course, just the top, Ferrari LaFerrari Aperta, limited edition $2.2 million, Bugatti Chiron, 1,500 horses, and absolute silence inside. Lamborghini Aventador SVJ, a version you're unlikely to ever see on the street. Also, the Bentley Mulsanne, Mercedes Maybach, and even armored versions made to order in Germany. But it's not just transportation. This is a mobile demonstration of power. A yacht? Of course it is. There's not a lot of data. The Sheikh doesn't like to be seen. But what we do know is he owns a floating fortress built in the same shipyard that builds super yachts for the kings of Europe. On board, swimming pool, cinema, medical center, and helipad. He is like a shadow against the gold. Hamad bin Khalifa is one of the few rulers who stepped down of his own volition, handing power to his son. But he left not in the shadows, but in a private empire dreamed of by thousands of billionaires. He doesn't give interviews. He doesn't pose with yachts. And that's only fourth place. King Mohammed VI of Morocco, a monarch who lives in a palace and rents it out. And not just to one guest, but to thousands, for millions. His fortune is estimated at $2.5 billion. He's not the richest, but he's one of the smartest and most strategic monarchs of our time. While others spend, he turns luxury into business. Dar al-Makhzen, the palace they call the Palace of Happiness. The king's main residence is located in the heart of Rabat. The architecture, a breathtaking blend of classical Arabic and modern design. Inside, halls for diplomacy, ceremonial rooms and gardens with whispering fountains, marble corridors, inlaid by hand, polished like mirrors of history, plus private housing units for family, royal security, and government guests. This isn't just a home. It's the nerve center of Morocco's political power. But the king doesn't stop at one palace. He also owns a summer residence in Agadir, with panoramic views of the Atlantic Ocean, a palace in Fez, decorated with mosaic work worthy of UNESCO, and, get ready, a $100 million mansion right next to the Eiffel Tower, once owned by a Saudi prince. Now, it belongs to the Moroccan king. Paris views, private elevator, triple-layer security, and an interior that feels straight out of a James Bond movie. But here's what truly sets him apart. He turns his palaces into profit. Some of his royal residences have been transformed into ultra-luxury hotels, bringing in over $100 million a year. Guests sleep in the same beds where kings once rested, and dine in halls where state receptions were held. It's a genius move. Your story becomes your business. His car collection, more modest than some, but incredibly refined. He owns a Rolls-Royce Phantom, several Mercedes Maybachs and custom-built royal limousines, plus a collection of motocross bikes and vintage classics. Yes, the King of Morocco loves motorcycles, and not just as a hobby. He's been spotted riding helmet on through the royal streets himself. For royal travel, he has everything. A private Gulfstream 4 special performance worth $40 million, helicopters for domestic flights, and of course, elegant ships and yachts, including one of the most refined vessels in the entire Mediterranean. He's also a passionate art collector. Mohammed VI collects masterpieces by European painters, rare Arab artifacts, and even builds museums to celebrate Moroccan culture. He is valued as a guardian of the nation and its heritage, a king who knows how to monetize the throne, who turns palaces into enterprises and architecture into assets, who preserves tradition and transforms it into power. But up next is an unexpected figure, a king with no oil, no massive reserves. But what he does have is ambition, charisma, and a need for speed. King Abdullah II Ibn Hussein, a monarch with no oil, no gas reserves, but what he does have is taste, intellect, and an engine roaring inside. His fortune is estimated at $750 million. Less than others on this list? Yes. But Abdullah is one of the rare kings who earned respect not with gold, but with action. He's a former Special Forces officer, trained in both the UK and the US. He can command a country, and also ride a motorcycle, pilot a fighter jet, or drive a tank. It was he who turned Jordan into an oasis of stability, and himself into a symbol of the modern monarch. Al-Husseini Royal Palace is his main residence. Estimated value, around $150 million. The architecture, modern Arabian style, no extravagance, but rich in meaning. The interiors, understated yet elegant, marble floors, rare woods, and Arabic calligraphy flowing across the walls. This isn't flashy wealth, it's dignity, carved into every detail, but his holdings go far beyond Amman. The king owns 3 oceanfront villas in Malibu, each valued between $20 to $30 million. Real estate in Washington, London, and New York, mansions acquired through discreet trusts, ensuring total privacy. He doesn't just love comfort, he knows how to be everywhere and yet remain unseen. And now, his passion. Motorcycles. Forget supercars. King Abdullah is a true bike enthusiast. His motorcycle collection is valued at over $40 million. Custom Harley-Davidsons, vintage BMWs, rare Japanese sport bikes, exclusive Ducatis, all modified just for him. And yes, he rides them himself, fully geared up. No motorcade, no flash, just the king and the machine. And yes, he has cars too. Over 70 classic and modern models, armored limousines, a Jaguar XJ, a Bentley Flying Spur, even a few military trophy vehicles fly no problem. A Gulfstream VSP, a $40 million private jet, helicopters with NATO-level defensive tech. And yes, he can pilot them himself. And of course, a yacht. The Aliyah, his floating palace. Estimated at 85 million interiors. Leather, fine wood, minimalist elegance, every detail whispering style. Not shouting wealth. It's not look at me. It's I'm here because I can be. King Abdullah II is style, intelligence, and military presence. He's like a movie character, but real. No theatrics. Just respect, influence, and timeless dignity. And now, we've reached the finish line. Only one name remains. But he's not a king. He's the builder of thrones. The mastermind behind the Burj Khalifa, the islands, and Dubai itself. Mohammed Alabbar is number one. Are you ready? His personal fortune stands at $3 billion, but his influence is measured in billions of square meters. In the skies above the cities, in the ground beneath the hotels, in every shining window of the Burj Khalifa. He is the founder of Amar Properties, not just a real estate developer, but an architectural empire that created the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building on earth, the Dubai Mall, one of the largest shopping centers in the World Islands, Palm Jumeirah, hotels, residential complexes, business hubs, resorts. He's not just building structures, he's reshaping the map of the world. The Burj Khalifa is his crowning glory. Height, 828 meters. Inside, designer apartments, ultra-luxury hotels, and Forbes-level executive offices. Interiors finished in marble, crystal, 24-karat gold, hand carvings, and mirrored elevators soaring through the sky. Walking around the Burj Khalifa isn't just a tour. It's a ceremony of admiration for a man who achieved the impossible. But he didn't stop there. He built an island. Rama Island, one of the most ambitious projects on Earth. Estimated cost, $3.5 billion, over 1,800 residences, each starting at $1 million. Private beaches, private harbors, security, clubs, schools, restaurants, skyscrapers. The architecture looks like it came from the future. He's not waiting to be invited into a palace. He's building a kingdom from scratch, and he's not slowing down. Projects in Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Turkey, hotels around the world, investments in tech, culture, healthcare. He creates jobs for tens of thousands of people. Mohammed Alabbar is not a king, but he creates kingdoms. He has no throne, but every skyscraper he builds is a monument to ambition. Every boulevard is a piece of his vision. Every project a bold manifesto. Arab luxury is no longer just about gold. It's about scale, the future, the edge of the impossible.
மறக்காம சர்ப்ரைஸ் பண்ணுங்க. Thank you.